In previous presentation we have seen some basic instructions required to write program for nature inspired algorithm. So those instructions are related to MATLAB language. So now we will be using those instructions for writing nature inspired algorithm in MATLAB. So I will show you some example and I will show you how those instructions are useful in writing various section of the program. So as we have already discussed that optimization algorithm follows some steps. Basically all optimization algorithms follow the same steps, only the equations are different. So the first step of any population based optimization algorithm is we have to initialize population randomly. And what is population? Population means we have to generate some random solutions which should be within the given boundaries. Boundaries means each variable is bounded by some lower value and the upper value. So those are called as boundaries. So we have to create solutions within the given boundaries. Now we will learn how the whole population can be initialized in one go. Whole population means if you are writing a program in MATLAB where you are initializing one solution at one time, okay, so that will be very similar to what you did in C and C++, because this is a MATLAB programming language. You can directly handle matrices over here. So you have to take the full advantage of MATLAB programming. So you can directly create the whole population in one instruction. So we will see how that can be done. So let us suppose here we have one optimization problem. Let us suppose this is a one variable function and the function is fx1 is equal to x1 whole square. Let us suppose we want to maximize this function. So this is the optimization problem. In optimization problem, either we have to maximize the value of function or minimize the value of the function. So each variable in a optimization problem is bounded actually. If it is not bounded, then it will be discrete. So if you are talking about continuous search space, then the variable will be bounded. So in this case, you can see the value of x1 is in between 1 to 3. So the lower bound is 1 and the upper bound is 3. Now what is first step? We have to initialize some solutions between these boundaries. It means we have to generate some solutions which would be in between 1 to 3. So how that can be done? So we have already seen that there is a command which is called as random. So if you want to generate 10 solutions, each having one variable, then we can write rand 10, 1. But that command will give you 10 random solutions which will be there in interval 0 to 1. Like they will be bounded by 0 and 1. But here you can see the boundaries are different. So we have to modify this instruction so that we can fulfill the given boundary condition. So how to change the boundaries? Because you can see that now the new bounds are minimum value is 1 and maximum value is 3. So we have to start, the minimum value of the solution will be 1. So we can write here 1 plus and all other value will be either it should be less than 3. So that's why what I will do, I will take the difference between 3 and 1 and multiply that difference with the random value, which will give me all solutions between 0 to 1. So when I write x is equal to 1 plus 2 times rand 10, 1, it will do the desired work. Let us suppose if we want to generalize this equation and if we have only one variable, then we can generalize it, because you can see these values, lower bound and upper bound, both are single value. So we can treat these values as a scalar values. So we can write, in short, this is the generalized method of generating solution between lower bound and upper bound. Now we will see how we can initialize the population in multivariable problem. So in multivariable problem you will have more than one variable. So here you can see this is x1, this is x2, and the variable bounds may be same or may be different. So here you can see the lower bound is 1 and this is 2, and the upper bound is 3 and second one is 4. So what you have to do, if you want to initialize the solutions, 10 solutions randomly, then you have to generate these values between lower bound and upper bound. So first you have to define the lower bound vector and then you have to define the upper bound vector. So if we talk about lower bound, it will be a vector of 1, 2, and upper bound will be 3, 4. You can see because the value of x1, it is bounded by 1 and x2 is bounded by 2. That's why lower bound will be 1 by 2, 1, 2, and upper bound will be 3, 4. Now because each solution will have 2 dimensions and we have to generate 10 solutions, so we can use this command rand 10, 2. So it will generate 10 solutions, each having 2 variables, but all values will be in between 0 to 1. But what constraint we have to apply when we want to generate solution? So here boundaries are different, right? So how to change the boundaries? So the method is similar which we have used in previous declaration. So here we have to take solution between 1, 2 to 3, 4. So we have to start with 1, 2 and add the difference of upper bound and lower bound by random solutions. So what we need to do, we have to write lower bound plus upper bound minus lower bound dot star rand 10, 2. Now the question is, will it work? The answer is no, because you can see here LB is a vector. It is and its dimension, its size is 1 cross 2. So if we want to, this LB cannot be added with this one because the difference of upper bound and lower bound will create a one dimensional vector of 2 variables. If you want to multiply this value element by element from rand 10, 2, what you have to do, you have to create the same size of matrix. You have to multiply it with the same size of matrix. So how that can be done? Because the matrix size is different, you cannot perform these operations. Performing these operations, you have to make this the size of vector equal to 10, 2. So you can see the only difference is here we are taking 1 row, here we are taking 10 rows. So I will use wrapmat instruction, wrapmat LV, 10, 1. So it means I will create 10 copies of LV directly. Plus then I will write wrapmat UB minus LV 10, 1. So it will create 10 copies. And then I will write dot star because I will be multiplying these values with the random value. So then this will implement the desired operation. It will create the whole initial population in one go. This is another example where we have taken 3-dimension function. 3-dimension means 3 variable function, and let us suppose we want to generate the value, and each variable is bounded by -5 and +5. So boundaries are same. So how will you generate 10 solutions? So we will use the same method. We will generate the lower bound vector, upper bound vector. Rand 10, 3 will generate 10 solutions of 3 variables in interval this, and we will be using the same method. Here we have to use wrapmat function to match the size of these matrices. So in this way we can generate the whole population immediately. So this is the first section of any optimization algorithm which we have implemented in MATLAB. I will show you the other sections one by one. Thank you for listening. Thanks a lot.